Next, we're going to talk about military veterans' resume and interview most sought after character traits. Today, we're also posting this video from downtown Warsaw. It's a little rainy out, but also super cool view of the city line, as long as it clears up a little. Here are some post-military service tips for success that will really help you provide for your family. Especially as transitioning from military service to civilian life can be very challenging, but with the right mindset and strategies, veterans can successfully provide for their families. There is a huge importance on professional development. Below includes lifelong research from a fellow veteran with unconventional entrepreneurial views and much life successes. Present obstacles we all experience in our lifetime, then I would not be able to be as helpful in my advice to you, and also living financially free really allows me to have a unique mindset to really help you most effectively. Here are many tips that have really helped me throughout my lifetime. I hope that they really enhance your professional successes and also bring you toward financial freedom to really help your family and you gain as much successes as possible over time. But to achieve these successes, you'll definitely have to take actions, because you cannot achieve outcomes without actions that really foster amazing results. So the value of all this information is probably way over $85,000, because I've literally spent that much in going to training and going to different conferences, and also I do have a bachelor's degree and master's degree, and one of which is in environmental law, so I'm pretty geeky about all of this research, and I've literally spent a lot of time and a lot of trainings and a lot of conferences to really put all this information together. I've had a lot of mentors and also a lot of memberships within teams that really have enhanced my successes as well. And even so, there is always much more to learn. So it's all about the journey, and there is so much more that you can learn. And this education that I've really brought in my journey, I will continue to put together even more information for you to learn from as well. Don't stop learning, always be super motivated about growing your knowledge base, because all this is also ever evolving, and so you really cannot get stuck. You always have to be learning about the new things that are coming out, the new technology, and really enhancing your knowledge today and ongoingly to really enhance your successes. Also be sure to vet all you know. Also be sure to vet all you hear and customize your actions to be for your specific circumstances. All this information you hear online is not specific to your specific circumstances, so you'll really want to hear the knowledge and literally make your own decisions based on the information, because only you know your specific circumstances. Everyone has different circumstances, and so you are the one who best knows your strengths, best knows your weaknesses, and the intricate details of your situation. So you best know what actions are best and most convenient and most efficient and effective for you. Veterans possess many strengths that are valuable professionally, and employers really know that. Be sure to understand your strengths. Communicate these and other strengths within your interviews, and list them within your professional resume. So here are some character strengths of military veterans. First and foremost, your leadership skills. Military receive upper-level courses and training, as well as practical, real-life experience leading teams and making difficult decisions under pressure. They excel in challenging situations and really inspire and motivate others to follow them toward a common goal. Leadership is also about being a great follower, and so military veterans very effectively follow others, as well as inspire and help those around them to really achieve the objectives and the mission as a whole. Military have great vision, and when unleashed, often things otherwise impossible tend to become reality with much hard work and dedication. And so the military veteran can really bring a team and an employer very close to really elaborate, almost impossible objectives that may not be able to be achieved otherwise. And so they really become a very valuable part of any team, and employers really know that. Second, we have project management. Military successfully plan, execute, and complete projects within given timelines, budgets, and scope. They focus on efficiency, effectiveness, and mitigating obstacles. They bring about actions toward reaching a common goal, and so they're really effective at managing their time management, and also project management for this reason. Next, we have program management. Military are capable of overseeing and coordinating multiple projects to achieve strategic objectives. They are often given large responsibilities at a very young age, and this level of responsibility really allows them to excel in the outside world and achieve what others could not. With their leadership skills, they can effectively perform program management actions and ensure the success of staff, projects, customers, and stakeholders under that program's umbrella. If you want someone action focused on getting the job done, military veterans will definitely get the job done and get it done the right way without taking shortcuts. And this is all due to their level of integrity and effectiveness. They're always trying to find the best path forward that can most effectively achieve results. And this takes us to our next one, time management. Military learn time management through constant challenges being thrown at them. And they learn the capacity to adapt and get things done regardless of adversity, with much attention to detail and an eye toward mitigating mistakes. They are definitely perfectionist, and this is because for us, when you make a mistake, people die. And so the stakes are so high that we learn to only perform at a high level with extreme precision and accuracy. And through repetition, we become impossibly effective and efficient at all that we do. So this really sets us aside from other employees in the workforce. Therefore, military gain excellent time management skills, and really this helps them prioritize, plan, and implement actions most efficiently and effectively. They maintain high levels of productivity to achieve complex tasks in reduced timeframes with high stakes. Their leadership skills also allow them the experience to know when delegation is the best option forward for a situation. Military are hyper aware of the strengths and the weaknesses of both themselves and others, and this really helps them prioritize actions, delegate work most effectively, and if you unleash military to perform in leadership roles, you will really gain a highly effective outcome and results throughout your program, and results that can really surprise you. It is often very difficult for normal individuals to compete with military veterans because military are often very dedicated to what they're doing, and so they usually spend a lot of time perfecting their craft, perfecting their knowledge base, and really perfecting everything that they do. It is also difficult for civilians to imagine all that we have learned in the military within our service. Much of it is learned in difficult moments of adversity. We excel in moments with distractions and high risks. We have a high sense for time and how long each task we do takes, regardless how big or small the task is. We train for and experience challenging situations regularly, and this makes military capable of excelling in moments with high levels of responsibility. Military are hyper-focused on our mission and our people. We constantly realize and overcome obstacles while realizing the infinite impacts of our decisions on others, as well as the many outcomes our actions lead to. You will find no more careful decision maker than a military service member. We put an endless amount of thought into all the impacts of our decisions, and oftentimes, for example, I will reread emails a ton of times, and I think this is us, really ensuring that we're putting, good content out to the world prior to posting it, prior to putting it to record. We endlessly think about our decisions, and we endlessly strive to improve and grow in everything that we do. We're always trying to help others selflessly, and I think the intention of really going forward in the world, making the world a better place, is really something that we all should strive to do more, and I think the military are really good about doing things selflessly. We always usually put others first, and I think this brings about a great culture within any company. Everybody loves a team player and someone who works well in teams, and so this really is a great character trait to have. Military are adaptable and flexible. They are flexible to unexpected changes in plans and priorities. They adapt quickly to learn new situations and environments, and they are quick learners for this reason. If they do not adjust quickly, the risks are very high, and so military are quick on their feet and creatively solve problems to achieve objectives. They are capable of changing their behavior and approach to adjust to the needs of the mission, and this can really be priceless. They adjust to new situations, environments, circumstances. Military are just simply very flexible, open-minded, adaptable, and strategic about all the actions that they're taking. These characteristics help them navigate challenges with greater resilience and success, as well as results. Military are also really very resilient. Military experience high levels of responsibility and exposure to challenging situations at a young age. This really allows them to gain emotional intelligence, problem-solving skills, tough physical capabilities, as well as the ability to be very resilient in adversity. They cope with difficult circumstances and they bounce back from setbacks and hardships very effectively. They embody resilience in the way that they exude a positive outlook on life. This really helps them and others overcome obstacles and navigate difficult circumstances. Military are dynamic and ever-evolving into stronger and wiser fighters in all that they do. They practice all they do with intense attention to detail. They excel due to hard work and they excel due to dedication to the mission. They excel because they are selfless and they really focus to achieve the needs of others regardless of their own personal hardships. They put the mission first and they just simply do not give up. That is the power of resilience. Someday they will find a way to win regardless of the obstacles in their path. Next, attention to detail. Military practice a high level of attention to detail in all that they do. They focus on both precision and accuracy. Military seek perfection because when they are not perfect, people die. And so military learn attention to detail through great critical thinking skills and a strong sense of capacity to think on their feet. Military do all this while also considering ethics, morals, and the mission. Military assess the situation with both logic and heart. Military see all the details and how they affect others prior to taking actions. One may wonder how they do what they do. I find that they achieve success because they perform in high stakes. They are given a lot of responsibility and practice many situations with much repetition and experience, all in moments where they're lacking sleep, lacking food, lacking water, lacking comfort, and other things. Oftentimes when they are put into situations, they are not comfortable and not in the most optimal situation. They're usually in a weakened state and performing at a high level regardless. They really don't know how to slow down. When given tough situations, life just seems to slow down and moments of challenge slow within your mind and your actions for those few seconds slow to be moments of excellence. And these moments are well prepared for as well, and that is how you're able to achieve these milliseconds of moments with such perfection. Usually these moments are so perfect because you've spent an extensive amount of time preparing and practicing for each moment. Military possess deep concentration and focus within adversities. Usually when you throw an adversity at military, their moments of perfection and excellence are heightened, and they usually perform best within adversity. One may say that this level of attention to detail is both a blessing and a curse. It's definitely performed with much intensity and it can drive anyone crazy. Military organize information very intensely and they're always looking to improve processes as well as themselves as a whole. Sometimes I don't understand why an entity would say, "We do not believe in change," or "Don't update this manual or guide," or "Don't do this action." because we don't have time for that. The reality is, at least in my life, I've always made time to accomplish the different tasks that are needed to be done. And so if there is a document that needs updating, I would most prefer to make time to perform that task versus let something of lesser quality stand. Military are often looking for ways to go above and beyond and accomplish an improved outcome or accomplish different tasks that may not be within their job description. We usually go above and beyond to really perfect everything around us and improve things and do extra work that may not be within our job description, but we see that there's a benefit to the employer and we'll really go out of our way to accomplish these different tasks. I find it's important to make sure that content is accurate and very effective, especially manuals. And I also really wondered within my last job, why would a company or entity say, be bored, do nothing, instead of being proactive, productive, and making time to improve processes in place. I warn entities like this may not be a good fit for our military because veterans do not waste our time. We do not live life stagnant, we're always growing. And when an entity has the values of you should be bored and stay stagnant, maybe you should work for a more challenging and productive entity that's better able to challenge you and make use of your time. Usually military, in my opinion, would prefer to have a rewarding career in which we're bringing about results. We do not like standing still and accomplishing nothing. And when we see an issue or something that needs improving, we feel most comfortable going out of our way to improve it or fix and resolve an issue versus doing nothing. In law, statutes and regulations are ever evolving. A job that does not want to evolve their guides, manuals, and SOPs, or overall grow as an entity, it's just not an innovative entity that strives for excellence in all they do, and it's really not in alignment with the character and values of what a military veteran finds most valuable within themselves. So you'll probably want to find a career path with an entity that's always striving for excellence in all they do, because that's literally what we're always doing. We're always striving for excellence, and we always take on challenges versus being stagnant, stand still, and looking to avoid them. We don't do that. Military strive for excellence. Our veterans are always evolving, always growing, and always improving. We require a job that holds similar values of excellence, but also very challenging and rewarding missions. Next, critical thinking. Military excel in their ability to analyze and assess complex information within limited time frames to make effective decisions. Military often question assumptions and examine new data. They stay informed and they consider different perspectives to form new innovative ways to maintain processes. Military make reasonable and informed opinions based on facts and data. Military gain leadership experience that allows them to effectively maintain critical thinking skills that are essential for solving complex problems, effectively communicating with others, and making sound decisions. Military perform well at most any job because they are able to break down complex ideas or information into smaller, simple concepts to best understand the issues at hand. Military assess the credibility and relevance of evidence, arguments, and sources of information when they are preparing to make sound decisions. Military strive to draw logical conclusions based on credible research and information, instead of making emotional decisions. Based on their attention to detail, they excel in identifying patterns within the data or circumstances. Once they efficiently form a decision and path forward, military are trained in effective communication of their ideas, arguments, findings, and decisions to high-level officials with much clarity and strategic brevity. So military take all this information and they usually are communicating with high-level officials, and they're able to communicate this very complex information with a focus on clarity and being brief, because these officials, they need to gain information very concisely, and so we're able to clearly and concisely communicate very complex things to upper level officials. Military are able to navigate complex situations and make informed decisions which allow them to be an asset within any entity. Communication skills. Military service includes a high level of responsibility at the start of service. Individuals gain practical experience in high-stakes situations interacting with high-ranking officials. Based on this, it is easy to see how they excel with effective communication, to include active listening, transmitting information accurately, then responding appropriately to the needs of others both concisely and with clarity. Communication skills are essential for both personal and professional actions, so it's very important to have really good communication skills. Their communication fosters strong relationships, it resolves conflicts, it resolves emergencies, and achieves outcomes. Military really excel here, and military communicate with clarity, brevity, emotional intelligence, enunciate very well, and they really strive to mitigate ambiguity and use effective body language as they speak. Military respond well in emergency situations when others would fall apart or fail. Military also very effectively and resiliently go toward achieving the mission when others would more preferably prefer to quit. Military are highly capable in moments of needing quick decision making. Military have the capacity to effectively communicate in these moments to save lives and minimize impacts in moments where it matters most. In an emergency, military perform safety checks and risk assessment meetings to clarify important information to ensure everyone is ready to perform their duties effectively. Military ensure that the safety and well-being of everyone is really a focus throughout the given task. Military avoid abbreviations, and they're really strategic about using common language when necessary. Military strive to always improve, and they build stronger relationships by giving and receiving feedback constructively. For example, within a positivity sandwich. Military consider the perspectives of others, and they communicate sensitive topics with understanding. They communicate with awareness of body language and facial expressions throughout their delivery of said information. So we often hear that teamwork makes the dream work. So that brings us to our next character trait of military: teamwork. Teamwork is essential to our organization's capacity to achieve their mission and gain excellent outcomes with increased productivity, improved morale, as well as better outcomes. Military veterans understand the importance of teamwork, and military serve in teams with high-stake environments throughout the entirety of their service. Military are respectful, they appreciate diversity, and they collaborate well with others. Military take objective, unbiased actions forward, and they're very effective and selflessly work well with others to accomplish their mission. Military do well working together with others and toward a common goal. Military realize the strengths and weaknesses of others, and they're very effective at building teams and pursuing both leadership as well as followership roles within any team. Military maintain strong teams and step in to perform conflict resolution actions when needed. Military maintain responsibility for one's roles and actions and adapt to changing circumstances within the team. Military understand the strengths and weaknesses of all they work with, including themselves. In order to ensure the most effective actions for all individuals and groups, military find solutions to any problem, and they grow trust within the team. They recognize the perspectives and feelings of others. Hard work and dedication. Military embody hard work and dedication in all that they do. They never give up, and military go above and beyond, often spending more time and effort to accomplish every task. They don't just accomplish a task, but they usually try to seek perfection in each task that they're pursuing. Military take actions with discipline and perseverance. Military are resilient, which really allows them to work longer hours and perform at a higher capacity. Military regularly ask for more work and require others to challenge them. Military are easily bored and they find difficult tasks to be easier for them to do because they are so used to performing at such a high level, as close to perfection as possible. Military strive for excellence in all they do, and they push themselves to their limits in all they do. Military strive to help individuals develop skills, build resilience, and achieve their goals. They're very dedicated toward their own objectives and goals, and despite obstacles or setbacks, military sacrifice to accomplish things important to them and the mission. Military understand progress takes time, steady effort, and persistence if they wish to achieve meaningful impacts. Conflict resolution and negotiation skills. Military possess superior negotiation skills because they often receive training and professional coursework to improve these skills. Military seek common ground and mutually beneficial agreements between parties with different interests, needs, and perspectives. Military enunciate and communicate with clarity and often persuasively articulate their position as well as understand the other party's wishes and concerns. Military gain improved capacity to negotiate by asking questions, actively listening, and understanding all parties involved. Once this understanding exists, military assess the situation, then clarify their position and concerns. When obstacles and objections exist, military think outside the box and explore alternative solutions to meet both parties' needs and accomplish the mission. Military manage their own emotions and the emotions of others well within adversity. Military strive to build relationships with others and maintain respectful interactions regardless of any disagreement toward another position. Military are known to be assertive, especially when they see the need to stand up for what's right, regardless of the suffering the assertion may cause them. Military embody strong leadership skills, and they're very clear, concise, enunciate well, very respectful, as well as understanding within communications. Military ask questions to best understand the perspective of others. We often find peaceful and agreeable solutions to disputes by identifying and addressing underlying issues that cause the conflict. Military find ways to resolve issues and mitigate obstacles in order to achieve the best outcomes. Effective conflict resolution can lead to stronger relationships, increased trust, and improved outcomes for all parties involved. Military practice patience and the capacity to take the necessary time to work through conflicts. Military manage and resolve conflicts in a constructive and positive way. Next, we have respectful. Military embody strong values and are respectful in all that they do. Imagine suffering through boot camp with a disrespectful character. You would literally get destroyed. As an aside, the people who alienate and think veterans are not respectful or do not follow the chain of command are probably those who simply strive to degrade, alienate, defame, slander, and overall run the person's reputation through the dirt due to competitive dislike or discriminatory animus. These people are often striving for a bigger goal of hurting your career through wrongful termination. In reality, the fact of the matter is that your military character is both respectful and very, very, very consistent with chain of command focuses. And so the reality is that oftentimes individuals that seek the path of degrading these two aspects about your character, like respect or chain of command, oftentimes there is a highly negative animus surrounding it because you as a military veteran are very focused on both respect and chain of command. The reality is you embody very respectful character traits and you are very focused on chain of command throughout every action that you do. The job itself is probably harassing you. They simply do not understand that your character literally embodies respect and chain of command throughout literally everything that you do. Speaking up when safety issues arise, or speaking up when actions are illegal, or speaking up when you observe discrimination or harassment is probably most common for someone of such high character and values like a veteran. Therefore, you'll probably want to find an entity that has a very strong set of core values and is very ethical, because you as an individual have been bred to have really strong core values and be very ethical. So having an entity that really aligns with these character traits and these values is probably really important. The fact of the matter is, military are very respectful and very common to speak up when things are not ethical. Military have a strong sense of character and often very resilient and do not mind necessarily suffering for the bigger mission and for humanity selflessly, so they will often speak out when no one else will. They will suffer to right the wrongs, and when others will not, they will take action. Military fight for fairness and risk their lives for equality. One cannot truthfully argue that you are disrespectful, that you have chain of command issues, because really this is like literally part of your character. It is your blood. It is literally within everything that you do, and you embody it very extensively throughout your life. You learned the importance of following chain of command, importance of appreciating all perspectives, the importance of taking actions in a respectful and caring way. Military consider all perspectives and facts, they take honorable actions, and they treat others well, and are overwhelmingly selfless in all they do. Military put the needs of others first before their own, and they treat others with kindness, empathy, and dignity, regardless of their background, beliefs, opinions, or rank. This is literally who we are. We lead by example, and it is pretty impossible to portray us in any other way, and if you try, this probably tells a lot more about you than it does about us. People who degrade you, they're just not good people, and maybe consider a new job and surround yourself with better people. Military are mindful of their words and their actions, they avoid hurting and offending others, and they appreciate diversity, and they recognize the strengths of others. We also notice their weaknesses, and we just keep information to ourselves usually. Military are respectful with strong, active listening skills, they're very understanding and open-minded. Military are not judgmental or quick to criticize others. Instead, they enjoy learning from others, and they have a passion for learning that really helps them excel in all they do. Military build positive relationships and create a harmonious, inclusive environment that similarly performs at a very high level, and this is because our value of diversity. Diversity really enhances teams and enhances successes. We are very priceless for this reason to any employer. We have much honor, respect, and integrity in all we do. Military have a high code of ethics and standards for behavior. Military are honest and have strong moral principles. Military are true to their word and will take reliable actions to do all they say they will do. Military are brave, courageous, loyal, and committed to doing the right thing, even in the face of adversity. Even when doing the right thing will cause them known suffering and retaliation from any employer, they will often do what is right. We read people pretty well, and we understand our supervisors and the ethics of an organization well. If we are upset, there's probably a really good reason for it. If we find something unsafe, illegal, or inappropriate, you know something, in fact, is wrong. This is because we have suffered so much in life, and when you suffer, you have high limits. You have high amount of things that you can go through resiliently, and you have high boundaries. When we speak up, you know that the issue at hand is severe enough to warrant it. When military are uncomfortable about an issue, you know that that issue is extensive enough to require resolution and remedy. Naturally, we will embody more suffering with resilience than most anyone. We will only speak up when actions, words, and behaviors cross a line and become too severe. We are intelligent and we speak out when the evidence is obvious. If your organization lacks honor or integrity, it may be time for a new job. Military candidly tell the truth with an empathetic, careful delivery to mitigate conflict and negative outcomes. Military are transparent and truthful in one's actions and decisions. Military are trustworthy, reliable, and committed to doing things that are right, even if this is difficult or unpopular. Honor and integrity of the military help them be the best leaders because they often are able to excel in building trust, establishing credibility, and earning the respect of others. Military demonstrate their commitment to ethics, which further enhances trust and admiration by others. In both personal and professional settings, our honor and integrity help us establish ourselves as leaders and role models in most everything we do. We strive to selflessly serve the world around us. This brings us to our next one, selfless. Military selflessly put the needs and well-being of others before their own. Military selflessly put the mission before their own self and our own well-being through practiced daily sacrifices that really contribute to the greater cause. Military selflessly embody empathy, compassion, and a deep concern for helping others. Military are always striving to help others and make the world a better place. Military will suffer endlessly to save others and improve the world around them. Military are driven by a sense of duty, altruism, and a strong moral ethical code. They work harder than most others around them, and they go above and beyond in all they do. They're quick to volunteer their time, resources, money, and expertise to help others in need, but also without any financial gain, just simply because it is the right thing to do. Military have a great attention to detail, but also strongly see the big picture. Military are very effective at achieving their goals because they are always perfecting their actions to achieve the common goal and the mission. Military embody a strong character and selflessness in all they do. Military are often admired as a noble, virtuous, and powerful force for good in the world. Military are often self-sacrificing for others and the mission that they often fail to take care of themselves. We do our best when we are able to work in our high level of selflessness. But it is also very important that our supervisors ensure we take care of ourselves and take breaks. Because for us, we're probably often skipping breaks and not really focusing on our needs, instead putting the team, the tasks, the mission, and the company first. I have gone most of my career working 84 hours per week, 12-hour days, 24/7 per week for the military, or just not taking breaks throughout my workday. This is because of, I think, my character, but also personality. I just prefer to work really hard and achieve higher results than most people. I like being challenged, and I don't really like breaks, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes I'll try to ensure that I take breaks, but in reality, I'm often missing them. I really value breaks because breaks can really enhance your productivity. If you're working too hard for too long without a break, you're not going to be as effective. When the work environment is positive, they really focus on ensuring that you are taking breaks and having your proper time for lunch, and able to really enhance your productivity by having these breaks. There are so many organizations that strive to provide military and veterans physical and mental support throughout the entirety of their life. This is very important, and the organizations understand that military veterans are oftentimes neglecting how they take care of themselves, and they're often striving for excellence in their everyday life, regardless of whether they're currently serving or whether they're a veteran in general. Oftentimes, military do so much for others, and we sacrifice so much, and we go above and beyond in all that we do. Without these organizations that focus on providing lifelong support to military veterans, I think that we all would be in a lesser place and lesser situation. As a veteran, we are very hardworking, and it's always nice and super priceless that we can have lifelong support by certain organizations. It's truly valuable and truly needed, because once you learn this character and this work ethic within the military, there's literally no going back. You're going to be like that for the rest of your life. Your ability to achieve results is going to be like a focus throughout your entire life. And based on your military service, you've really earned support of these organizations for the entirety of your life, and the support really becomes priceless. With our constant striving toward excellence in everything we do, it is very important that we have organizations that are striving to help us too, and we really need someone looking out for our well-being, because we often neglect and really don't focus on our own needs, and so it's really helpful to have organizations looking out for whether we're okay, and organizations taking care of us pricelessly helps us be able to more effectively give back and do more for the world around us as well. Organizations that take care of us pricelessly really helps us give more to the world around us as well. Military embody military values and character forever for life. We are susceptible to overachieving in all we do, and we can also cause lifelong emotional suffering caused by these high standards, these high focuses on excellence in everything we do, and this focus on going above and beyond in everything we do. We must remember to take care of our health and our happiness in life too, and we should not always sacrifice that. You only have one life and you only have one health situation. You only live once, and you should not sacrifice your health and your happiness so easily. To most effectively make positive impact on the world around you, you must find a balance between selfless sacrifice and self-care. Nevertheless, organizations can most definitely exploit these individuals as great assets with measurable achievements toward their deliverables and missions. So overall, employers can truly appreciate and value because they're often selflessly serving at very high capacity for any employer. Courage and bravery. Military do not freeze in adversity. Military combat fear, danger, pain, uncertainty, challenges, and adversity with confidence and determination. Military succeed in accomplishing the mission by overcoming obstacles, risks, challenges, etc. with a large attention to detail. Military have courage to stand up for what is right, and when others will not, they will usually take action. Others often avoid criticism and retaliation, but the military sacrifice their happiness and well-being for the common good. Military do what is right even when they face opposition. Military bravely sacrifice in adversity to achieve the common goal. Military are courageous individuals that are often admired for their resilience, determination, and willingness to take action when others will not. Military take action even when doing so may cause them undue suffering or harm. Military confront danger, threats, or physical harm with courage. Military face risks, both physical and emotional, carefully, but they take decisive action to protect resources, property, people, and the world around them. Military embody heroism in all they do. They are admired for being noble and virtuous for good reason. Our courage and bravery helps us achieve the impossible when others could not. Military know what it takes to achieve excellence, and military bravely work diligently to achieve perfection, excellence, and success in all we do. Even when this high level of achievement is deemed impossible, military face their fears and take calculated actions to achieve the results regardless of risks. Military face their fears and take calculated actions and mitigate risks along the way. Military take careful actions, they're resilient, they're highly skilled, intelligent, effective communicators, and capable of smoothly overcoming obstacles that others deem impossible. Most importantly, we do not sacrifice our character in the journey to achieve these goals. Courage and bravery is an important part of leadership that is crucial to the success of any organization. Without these traits and the capacity to take action when others would not, we would not be able to improve the world around us in ways that others could not imagine. Military proactively seek areas for improvement, take meticulous actions to grow. With military, you can really achieve any goal, and with us, you can really reach any perceived limit. If you want to achieve impossible outcomes, then finding a military workforce to support you is probably going to really help you enhance your results and your ability to achieve these very intense outcomes. Now, super importantly, the final one is technical skills. Military are very technical, and we have a lot of skills that we've learned. Even if it doesn't cross over into the civilian life that perfectly, we are very good at learning technical skills and learning quickly. We gain a lot of technical skills serving in the military, and we get a lot of training and certifications. This really comes back down to my genius grandfather, who says every little thing that you do will really improve and enhance the other things that you do in life. But the reality is every little skill and every little thing that you learn in life will actually tie into and cross over and really enhance the successes of all the other things that you do. So as an example, if, for instance, if I am very good at physics, I'm going to be very good on the soccer field as well, because I will understand force is equal to mass times acceleration, etc., and I will understand all these intricate details on really how to get the ball to mathematically and scientifically enter the net. So everything you do is important. If you want to find the best successes in life, be sure to pursue all these different passions you have, because everything you do, everything that you succeed in will actually enhance your ability to find success in all the other things that you do. When it comes to technical skills, we've gained a lot of technical skills throughout our military service, and your strengths will very much affect your successes and your income, both inside and outside of the military. Your emotional intelligence will define your success outside, and emotional intelligence becomes very important into really fostering a higher income within your jobs. They say soft skills are super important in any career. If you want to land job offers, you'll need to ensure that you have soft skills, emotional intelligence, and the ability to not just have the technical skills, but also the emotional intelligence and non-technical skills. The social skills are super important within any career path. Definitely be sure to find careers that are focused on your technical skills, and you're going to excel in logistics, in information technology, engineering, healthcare, probably these different areas. Depending on your personality, they may be a good career path for you. Moving on, when it comes to resume building and interviews, if you want to excel in your careers and your life, be sure to continue to embody all of these character traits and all the amazing things that you are. Strive to find an employer and a social network of people that have similar values and character, a similar culture. Definitely seek excellence in all that you do, and just be you and do all that you can to help the world around you selflessly. You can accomplish things that others cannot, and you need to understand within the employment process, you are a great employee for anyone. Do not waste your talents in a not challenging job. Do more, and be all you can and excel more, because that is who you are. People will see your character and your value, and those who can't see your value are simply not looking. But also, people that can't see your value are simply not someone you should have in your life, because it's very important to have supportive, positive, optimistic people in your life that really see your value. Make sure that you have people in your life that are really worthy of your selfless personality and hardworking work ethic. Know your strengths. It is very important to understand that you are an asset for any employer. You should embody these characteristics within your resume and your interviews, and know that you do not have to explain these things about you. Simply embody all and know your value. Highlight your strengths and list your soft skills. Highlight your strengths and list the soft skills that we described throughout this video. Definitely within your resume, but also within your interviews. Bring them up within your job interviews, and mostly when the opportunity allows. You don't want to communicate these things excessively, instead simply embody them. The intention of this video is to help you understand your value and different character traits that employers look out for, but also the strengths that you have as a military veteran. Strengths that you have that will really help organizations succeed and find impossibly amazing outcomes. Employers really want you and need you in their workforce, and you should know your value. I also want to help organizations understand veterans as well. Many employers, organizations, and communities don't necessarily recognize the value of veterans and their skills that they learn throughout their military service. And I really wanted to kind of clarify that within this video. Help others recognize the value of veteran skills and things that we learn throughout our service, and also our character, and really help others actively recruit and support military veterans throughout the hiring process. If you are a military veteran or want to learn more about badass, amazing things military veterans do, definitely check out the book of a Navy SEAL called Heart and Strength. It is a really good book. I actually got to see the author on stage performing at the US Coast Guard Academy. It was pretty amazing. It is a great book written by Eric Greitens. Thank you so much from Warsaw, Poland, and I'll see you all next time. Selflessness. you would literally get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Thank you so much from Warsaw, Poland on my vacation, and I'll see you all next time.